Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. About me, I'm Sandeep Bhushan Thummala and my credentials are I have 8 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations, internal security and in-depth analysis of Hindu editorials and articles. And this video is in regards to how to crack prelims 2020. Here I would wish to make you understand the importance of the editorials and articles, that is the in-depth analysis, because as I've been into preparation a long time back and also as I'm experienced in regards to how the questions might be framed by the UPSC in regards to prelims and mains, the importance of Hindu editorials and articles are prime nature to the civil servant aspirant. Thereby it will fetch you, it will always give you a better understanding and it will make you comfortable while you are in the examination hall. So identifying the keywords, identifying the key phrases in the editorials and articles will definitely make you score good marks. And before getting into the topics, there is a notification, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, which is India's largest learning platform, and it is in regards to the subscription. And once you go ahead with the subscription, you will have unlimited live and recorded courses from India's best educators, and the other privileges you get once you are subscribed to Unacademy. You will have a daily classes wherein you can chat with your educator, engage in your discussion. You also have the live tests and quizzes wherein you can evaluate your preparation. You also have the structured courses which would be in line with the UPSC exam syllabus. You also have the unlimited access wherein you can go ahead with watching from your mobile or laptop. And these are all the top educators at an academy wherein you can see it on your screen, and these are also the one of the top educators wherein you can also view them on your screens. And these are all this syllabus and the courses for the UPSC Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. You have like polity, geography, current affairs and the all other courses. Along with that, you also have the governance, answer writing and Indian society and also in regards to the interview preparation. So these are all the courses which you have it in the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel. And once you subscribe you will get access to all that. And this is in regards to the UPSC CSE subscription. You have the 12-month subscription as well as 24-month subscription. 12 months is 40,000 and then 24-month subscription is 48,000. So it's always recommended for you to go ahead with subscribing for 24 months. And while you subscribe, please do use my code, that is SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, wherein once you subscribe you will get an additional discount of 10%, and with the 10% the discounted amount would come down to 43,200. And what is the benefit of subscribing for the 24 months is because you would be paying for the 13 months but you would be getting the subscription for 24 months. That is, you will be paying for the 12 months 40,000 and for 1 month 8,000. So you would be just paying for 13 months amount, but the subscription you would get it for 24 months. So please make sure that you take this opportunity and go ahead with the subscription for 24 months, which will be very useful for you to prepare for the civil services, wherein you can have all the courses, not only my course in regards to in-depth analysis of editorials and articles, but also in regards to all of the courses from all of the educators across the UPSC CSE English subscription. And also in regards to the other courses you can have the access. It could be live and also the recorded courses. So please do not forget to subscribe. And now we will get into the topic, that is the in-depth analysis of editorials and articles of the Hindu newspaper. And before I get into that, I would say first hi to everyone. So hi to everyone. And I reiterate my, okay, Kunal Mangaraj has said good evening sir. Very good evening Kunal. Is this your first class, Kunal? Okay, Madhu also says good evening, sir. Good evening, Madhu. Good evening, Kunal. and we will look at the, as I said, that it is very important in regards to emphasizing on the editorials and articles. When you emphasize on the editorials and article, that is in regards to the analysis of the editorials and articles, will make you more comfortable in regards to the analytical point of view and also in regards to the factual points of view. So it is very important that you need to understand the in-depth analysis of editorials and articles, making sure that you are identifying, you are able to identify the keywords and the key phrases. Okay, Kunal, never mind if you are, what do you say, first timers. Have you given an attempt, or you are yet to give an attempt in prelims, in this year prelims 2020? Please let me know, so that my focus would be in regards to that way of teaching. And the topics to be discussed is MPLATs, not the one which we have discussed yesterday, because yesterday also we have discussed the MPLATs, but not that what we would discuss today. It would be something else, which is part of the today's editorials. And the political detention, you have the second one. And the third topic to be discussed today is decentralization of powers. No, sir, I'm preparing for 2021. Okay, very good. So my sessions or this class will definitely help you to have a macro level approach, wherein it is comprehensive understanding you will get regards to all the topics. Take it for granted, you will be definitely benefited by my class and by my lecture. And then I wish you all the best for 2021 prelims. And now we will get into the topic, that is the MPLATs. So today's editorial the heading of the today's editorial is for better use. So what does it mean that? So it means that, you're welcome, Kunal. It means that the editor is talking about the MPLATs which have been suspended by the Union Cabinet, decided by the Union Cabinet, and then has also understood that 7,900 crores of rupees which will the government get, and that amount will be put it, or it will be part of the consolidated fund of India. So that money can be or will be used to fight the COVID-19 or the SARS-CoV-2. So it is very important that the amount whatever is been, or the MPLAT scheme which has been suspended for 2 years, will be used, or the funds will be used to fight against the virus, that is COVID-19. So definitely it is for the use of the fighting the COVID-19, that is in regards to making sure that that money will be used for the health system or health infrastructure. As we all are aware, and I have said a number of times, our health infrastructure or India's health infrastructure is not that impressive. So at this moment, the money flow or the amount of money which is required to handle the health infrastructure is imperative, to make sure that we are not falling short of money for handling the COVID-19, taking into view the health crisis or the health infrastructure in place. So it is very important that we have to focus on the better usage of the money which, or the funds which have been suspended, the MPLATs funds which have been suspended and has been put it into the consolidated fund of India, that is 7,900 crores of rupees. So the essence of the editorial is for the better use. So definitely it has to be for the better use. Now before I get into the actual topic, I would wish to know from you all that whether do you support, the one who are watching or the everyone who is watching the video, do you support the suspension of MPLATs scheme? Do you support? If you support, just you can key in yes, or else you can just say no, because I will discuss about the consequences of suspension of the MPLATs scheme for 2 years. No doubt it will, the amount or the funds will be useful for the to fight the COVID-19. But what are the criticism? What are the reactions from various political quarters? And how best we can try to, what you say, look into whether there were any kind of situations who have said that this MPLAT scheme is of no use. Okay, Madhu says no. Kunal, do you have any idea? Madhu says no, sir. He doesn't support the suspension of the MPLAT scheme because, as I said yesterday, MPLATs is the scheme which is being used by the MPs, wherein each MP will get rupees 5 crores annually, and that 5 crores of amount will be used for the developmental activities in his or her constituency, and that is very important that the development activities takes place. So my question is that whether you support the suspension of the MP-LAT scheme. And the one who have also joined now, hi to everyone who have joined now, and we are talking in regards to the MP-LATs, which is today's editorial, which talks about for the better use. Now I will get into the next, I will get into the in-depth part of it, analysis part of it, how far the money is better, it is used for better use, and whether there are any kind of political reactions to the suspension of the MP-LATs, and then whether there are any kind of criticism against the MP-LATs itself, and whether there was any kind of situation that in the previous the people or organizations or institutions have raised concerns about the functioning of MP-LATs itself. Now we will get into the in-depth analysis of the. So this is what actually the development activities we were talking about yesterday, because there would be in regards to the school, there would be the development activities by the MP can go ahead with the construction. It could be in regards to the borewell, it could be in regards to the water, that is the pipeline, it could be in regards to the toilets, or it could be in regards to providing taps or construction of the assembly, small buildings, or also in regards to the road construction or pump or any kind of what is the drilling activities. It could be a tank which is being constructed in the village. So all these are the developmental activities which are actually taken up by the MP. Okay, Karthik Ayan also says that no, sir. Okay, welcome Karthik. Hello to you. Hello to Karthik also. So we will look at whether it is right, whether it is wrong. See, obviously the union government has taken the decision, and we cannot say against. We cannot say that union government whatever it is done is wrong, so they have to revoke it. But definitely we can have our own ideas, own thoughts, own understanding, and that we will put it forward. That if a question is asked in the prelims in regards to analytical point of view, and if a question is asked in the mains, please do understand, if a question is asked in the mains, how could the question be asked in the mains? Because can anyone guess a question if it is asked in the main, on what point, on what grounds they would be the question could be asked in the mains? Yes, the question in the mains could be asked in regards to the center and state relations, that is federal structure. Please do understand, federal structure, on the point or the phrase, key phrase used as cooperative federalism. Please do understand the point. It could be asked in the mains on the key phrase, that is cooperative federalism. I will explain all that. How the question could be framed on the cooperative federalism. And these are all the developmental activities which are taken up by the MP. So we have seen what you say a photograph here which has been a playground constructed in the Goa, and also this photograph is in regards to the school building which is being constructed in the year 2015-16, almost 4 years back, and the funds was from the MP-LAT, that is from Mr. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, the cricketer Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. So this is the building, school building, which is being constructed by the funds of Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar through his, because he is a Rajya Sabha member. Yesterday we did discuss about the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and also the nominated members of both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can also go ahead with the using of the MP-LAT scheme, that is 5 crores rupees annually. And now we'll get into the point. MP-LATs, as we said that it is used by many of the MPs, by many of the MPs, the MP-LAT scheme is used as a patronage, that is as a aid or a support that they would wish to dispense in the sense use it for their constituency or for their district or for their people who have voted for them, or else everyone, for the everyone who are part of the constituency or the district. So that is actually taken into consideration of the MP lads. Many of them use it as a patronage. And the one who are in regards to the better performing MPs, they would definitely want to fulfill the developmental needs with a kind of enthusiasm and an empathy. So for them, MP lag scheme is very, very important. So I repeat that for the one who are better performing MPs, who have the ability or the consciousness that they wanted to work or they wanted to serve the people of that local, that is in regards to district and also in regards to the constituency. So they wanted to fulfill the local development needs of the people, that is of that local constituency, with a eagerness or enthusiasm. So for these people, the one who are better performing MPs, the MPs who have the patronage kind of thing, that they wanted to support the local area or the districts or the constituency. So for them, MP lat scheme is very, very important, very, very important. And as we have seen that this amount is definitely going to the Consolidated Fund of India, and it should be used very judiciously. That means in the sense, it should be used the way it really requires. As per the requirement, as per the demand, the amount should be used from the Consolidated Fund of India. And the suspension, whatever we are talking about, suspension of the MP lat scheme for 2 years will definitely is a right step. What the editor is talking about is, it is a step in a right direction. That is the view of the editor. Couple of people, I mean Karthik has said, Madhu has said, no sir, it is not right. It is not right as per you, and you can also substantiate your answer in the mains saying that it is not correct. You can substantiate, you can justify your answer. I mean the UPSC will not question you why you have said no. You can also say yes, and also you can say that you can substantiate with your answer why you are saying yes. So it all depends upon how you justify. So you can justify whether it is no or yes only when you have a thorough understanding about that issue, when you have a proper analysis of that issue or the topic. So that is why in-depth analysis of editorials and articles are very, very important. So as per the editor, he says that the suspension is in a step in a right direction. And as we know that the entire amount is 7,900 crores, which will be, what do you say, added to the Consolidated Fund of India, and that will definitely boost the health infrastructure. And why the editor is saying that it is in a right direction, it is a step in the right direction, because that 7,900 crores of money will be boosting the health infrastructure, which is very, very important at this juncture. It is imperative that we are running short of money, and this 7,900 crores will definitely be as a boosting to the health infrastructure to combat the pandemic, that is SARS-CoV-2. So, and this is not the first time that the Union Cabinet has taken a decision in going ahead with or talking about or making a statement in regards to the MP lads, because everyone, most of the civil servant aspirant know that this is the first time. But when you actually go through the or following the news properly, you will understand that this is the second announcement, not the first announcement. It's a second announcement in just, what do you say, last month there was an announcement, and this is a second announcement. So what was the announcement made by the Union Cabinet in regards to the MP lads last month? That is when the virus was spreading, or before, just before the national lockdown, there was an announcement made by the Union Cabinet on the MP lads. What is that? That is that the Cabinet wanted, or it has allowed, the MP lads funds to be utilized by the MPs. I repeat, the Union Cabinet has allowed the MPs to utilize the MP lads fund, not entirely 5 crores, but it has asked to utilize at least 5 lakhs rupees. For what? Not for developmental activities. Please do understand here. The center has said an announcement, or it has given an announcement last month to the MPs that they can utilize the MP lads funds just or at least 5 lakh rupees, not for developmental activities, but to purchase the medical equipment. Please do understand. So 5 lakhs can be utilized by the MPs to purchase the medical equipment. That too medical equipment what? N95 masks, personal protective equipment and ventilators. Please do understand this. This is again analytical point of view for prelims 2020. Please do understand the way I am emphasizing it, because UPSC might not focus on the union cabinet given a statement on suspension of the MP LAT scheme. It might focus on the first announcement when it has made last month before the national lockdown, wherein the government or union cabinet has asked the MPs to utilize the MP LAT fund of at least 5 lakh rupees to purchase the medical equipment, not the developmental works, but for the medical equipment. What are they? For procurement of, or that means to purchase N95 masks, personal protective equipment or personal protective gears and ventilators. So this is very important, and that is why the understanding or the in-depth analysis of editorials and articles are very crucial for the civil servant aspirant who wanted to crack in just 1 or 2 years and get into the service. And you will be definitely provided with that all that analytical point of view through my class, and I have the responsibility to provide all that analysis. And this is in regards to not to purchase and then what you say distribute it to the people of the constituency, to purchase or to procure this medical equipment for government hospital, for government hospital. Now, are you able to analyze anything? The one who are all watching, are you able to analyze anything? Yes or no? Just keen yes or no. Are you able to analyze the way the government was actually trying to make the MPs, all the MPs across the nation, to get mentally prepared, that there would be a serious consequences in regards to the SARS-CoV-2. Please understand this point, and that is what you will get. Yes sir, yes. So Madhu has responded, yes sir, that is what the okay. Karthik has also responded, yes. Kunal has also responded, yes sir, fine. That is absolutely, the government was preparing mentally the MPs across the nation, various states, irrespective of the political parties, that there is something going to happen. That is a national lockdown. Not only that, that we have to face the dire consequences of the spread of the virus. That is the infections, which will definitely what you say surge in the sense increase. So these kind of analysis, this kind of understanding, you will get it only when you read, when you understand, when you identify the keywords and the key phrases in the editorial. It looks simple, but it has lot of information, and I am ready, I am there for you all to provide all this information. And when we look at the past experience of the MP LAT schemes, or the scheme itself hasn't, or it was not utilized to the fuller extent or full entitlement, it was not utilized. Please, so we are not just looking at the suspension of the MP LAT scheme, or we haven't seen that just what you say rupees 5 lakh rupees which has to be utilized by the MPs. We are going back what actually the kind of what you say MP LATs has, the people think about it, or what is the actual procedure or the point with the MP LATs has in. Look at the past experience, it is they did not utilize the funds to the fuller extent. Why? The reason is because there were gaps. What gaps are we talking about? Definitely gaps, because between the people's representative and the executive. Please do understand here. The gap between the people's representative, that is MP or MLA. We are talking about MP LATs, so it is MP. You have also MLA LATs, I mean Member of Legislative Assembly Local Area Development Scheme. You have also that. But here in this case, it is MP LATs. So there were gaps in the past in regards to the lawmakers, that is the people's representative, and the executive, that is the members and the administration. So when there were gaps between both of them, so definitely the works were stalled, the development activity works did not progress. When they could not progress, and when the year has ended, financial year, so they could not utilize the entire funds. So that shows that, looking into the past experience, the total amount was not utilized by many of the, or most of the MPs, because of the gaps between the public representative and the administration. And now we will look at the political reaction in regards to the suspension of MP lads. We have seen the reaction of the class. I mean, you all. We have seen the reaction of the class. Now we will see the reaction of the political spectrum in regards to the opposition and also the one who are part of it. So many of them have indicated a considerable disenchantment. What do you mean by disenchantment? That means dissatisfaction. For what they have expressed their dissatisfaction or unhappiness, because of the suspension of the MP lat scheme. Because why they have proved or considered the dissatisfaction? Because these 5 crores of rupees or corpus fund was a source of goodwill for elected representatives. It was a source of goodwill for elected representatives. As I've said earlier, that the one who wanted to prove it as a patronage to support the people of the constituency or the district, and better performing MPs wanted to go ahead with spending it with enthusiasm for the local development activities. So that was the one which was causing concern, which the MPs were dissatisfied. And when you look at the other reason, that is the conceptual flaw. When I'm saying conceptual flaw, what does it mean? It means the theoretical flaw. That means which is people think about it theoretically, abstract thinking, you say. So according to that, many of the experts says that it is against the separation of power. Again, this is very, very important for prelims point of view. Prelims 2020 and mains 2020, separation of powers. So what do you understand by this separation of powers? Because as I was talking about the kind of cooperative federalism, what the Prime Minister of India in the year 2014 and also in the year 2019, he was re-emphasizing on the cooperative federalism, that he said that his government is for cooperative federalism, and many of the experts feel that suspension of the MP lads scheme goes against the separation of powers. That means there is no cooperative federalism. And few of the experts also feel, they have reacted to the suspension of the MP lads as a weak monitoring action. So the action taken, that is the action of suspending the MP lads, is a weak monitoring and it is against the separation of powers. Please do understand these keywords and the key phrases which are very, very important for prelims, analytical and also mains point of view. So the keywords are here to be emphasized and focused is separation of powers, against the separation of power, and the action of suspension of MPLATs is a weak monitoring, because they feel that, experts feel that if you really wanted to focus on it, make sure that you go ahead with using the fund for COVID-19, keeping it as an active, not suspending it, and go ahead with further rational scientific monitoring. And the Supreme Court has also come up with, or it has also said that it has declined to the striking down of the scheme, that is suspension of the scheme, but it supported for a robust accountability regime. So that is what, as the experts were talking about weak monitoring the action, the Supreme Court also has made a statement that the declining of the MP lads is a wrong one, or it is not accepted, and it has called for, it has supported for, rather than suspension, it has called for robust accountability. That means the implementation has to be in a proper way, monitoring has to be in a proper way, executing the MPLAT scheme has to be a proper way, accountability has to be. So this is again a key phrase in regards to the accountability regime. So all these key phrases, whatever I'm talking, will be part of the polity in regards to Prelims 2020, and it will be part of your mains paper 2 in regards to governance, issues in governance. Please do understand the way I am linking it, analyzing it, and putting forward to you. I mean, giving you with a proper constructed manner that this is part, all these key phrases are part of mains examination paper 2 in regards to issues in governance. And the government should also see that the allocations are non-discriminatory. Now what is important is there's 7,900 crores which would be part of the consolidated fund of India. As we discussed yesterday, that the parliament is the only authoritative mechanism wherein it can go ahead with withdrawing the consolidated fund of India. That means when it is the parliament, it is none other than the government itself. So the government has to allocate the funds not discriminatory but in a non-discriminatory manner. That means it should not look at or focus on the area or the state wherein the government is not of the center. It should be non-discriminatory. That is one of the political reaction, not me what I'm saying. You can also put forward the statement while you're writing the answer, but provided you justify it. And now we will look at the criticism against the MPLATs. Now please let me know if there are any queries to, or the one who are listening to my class, any queries, any doubts, please let me know before I get into the criticism. You just type no or yes. If yes, I will look at the, what do you say, try to give more of explanation. If you do not have any queries or doubts, I will move further into the criticism against MPLATs. Please key in yes or no. No sir. Kunal says no sir. Okay, fine. No sir. Definitely. I presume that everyone have understood, and now I will move ahead with the criticism against MPLATs. So there is a criticism against the MPLAT scheme itself. Why? It is, the criticism is against the scheme, that is the nature of the scheme itself. Many of them do not like. Malvika Sajeevan has also joined. Hi to Malvika. Welcome to the session. I don't know when you have joined, but we were discussing about the MPLATs, which is today's editorial, analyzing the way it could be part of the prelims analytical for prelims 2020 and mains 2020, wherein this could be a probable question in regards to the cooperative federalism in the general essay. Please do understand here, cooperative federalism in general essay, and also in regards to the separation of powers, or in regards to accountability regime or weak monitoring, or the entire the MPLAT scheme, also in the issues in governance in paper 2. Now we will get to the criticism. So there is continuous, persistent means continuous criticism against the nature of the scheme itself. Why? Because we have looked into that. Okay, Madhu says, is center using this situation for a center domination over the state? Okay. I will lastly, I mean, before I go ahead with the conclusion, I will answer to you, Madhu. I will answer to you at the, what do you say, after 2 points, after these 2 points, I will answer to your, what do you say, your point. Madhu says, he is asking a question, is center using this situation for a center domination over the state? Okay. I will discuss that. And according to the CAG, that is, according to the CAG is Comptroller and Auditor General, it says, or it has, what do you say, put forward many a times that there are financial mismanagement There are financial mismanagement in MPLAT scheme. What do you mean by financial mismanagement? That means it is very clear that there is no proper accounting which is been done. That is what the Comptroller and Auditor General, when they audit, it is obvious that the MP is not, or MPs are going ahead with the financial mismanagement. They are not managing the 5 crores of rupees which is allocated to the each MP. And also not only that, the CAG has also said that there is inflation of amounts. What do you understand by inflation of amount? That means the inflation of the amounts means whenever work is done, for example, in the entire year for close to 3.5 crores, if suppose I'm just taking an hypothetical situation, not that we are trying to find fault with the what do you say MPs. As per the CAG, again I'm saying as per the CAG giving an explanation that there is a point that these 3.5 crores is been appreciated and then the billing could be done by 4 up to 4.5 crores. So that is called as inflation, increasing the amount spent, which is not actually spent. So that is as per the Comptroller and Auditor General, wherein it says that financial mismanagement is being taken up, continuing, and then inflation of the amounts has been made to rise, which is artificial. And not only in regards to the CAG, even there is an Administrative Reforms Commission. The second SRC, again this is very important for mains issues in governance and also in regards to the prelims analytical point of view. The second SRC, or you can say second Administrative Reforms Commission, has recommended, what it has recommended, it has totally recommended to go ahead with abrogation. Abrogation means cancellation, total cancellation itself, because it has highlighted the problems of the legislator stepping into the shoes of the executive. That means the legislators or the member of parliament, they get into the shoes or they interfere into the executive or into the administration or administrative matters when the developmental activities are supposed to take place, or in the process of the developmental activities the public representative is interfering into the administrative part. So that is making, or that the one point which has been highlighted by the SARC, that is Second Administrative Reforms Commission. It wanted to make sure that there is abrogation or entire cancellation of the MPLATs. So these are the criticism by the CAG and various other people and also second ARC, and these points you can put it in the mains answers, wherein your answer would be very impressive, so that each and every key phrase and the keywords you are adding to your answer, it adds 1 or 2 marks to your answer. That is what will help you when you have the thorough understanding, analyzing of the in-depth analysis of the editorials. And before I conclude, Madhu was asking, is center using the situation for the center domination over the state? What I would say here is that the center is definitely trying to take the situation of the pandemic and then making sure that the amount, that is 7,900 crores, would be used judiciously, non-discriminative across the country. Please understand, across the country, taking into consideration which state has more number of hotspots. Please understand, which states has more number of hotspots, which constituency MP constituencies are falling under the hotspots, and which areas requires more of health infrastructure to be pumped into. So in that regards, definitely the center is taking the control over the funds, and it is taking over the control so that it would be in a right direction, in the step in the right direction, to make sure that the money is allocated, the funds are allocated to the area or to the one or to the patients wherein it is necessary. Please do understand, wherein it is necessary. And when we are saying necessary, it means that they are protecting the lives. They are saving the lives. So it is the responsibility of the central government, no doubt, even the state governments, to protect the lives of the all the infected patients. But because the center can take over the points in regards to the state governments, that is the MP lad scheme, it has taken over, suspended it, and then has put the money into the consolidated fund of India. I repeat, consolidated fund of India, because it is the parliament which has the authority to withdraw the money. Only the government of the day can withdraw the money, as it is in, what do you say, the maximum number, comfortable number. So definitely it is a kind of situation wherein the center has taken the control over the financial aspect. Please do understand, financial aspect. And we all expect that the control by the center in regards to the health infrastructure, that is the financial aspect, would be taken in a non-discriminatory manner. And this is what your statement has to be in your answer, non-discriminatory manner. And we rely on the central government, we have the confidence on the central government that it focuses on the hotspots, it focuses on the health infrastructure wherever it is necessary, and then it will be judiciously, the money or the funds will be judiciously used across the spectrum of the people, that is across the states. I hope Madhu has understood. If you have understood, please, just key in yes sir, whether, before I go ahead with the conclusion. I request Madhu to, if you have understood or any doubt, okay, fine. And then I would conclude this editorial as the current suspension. Which suspensions are we talking about? Definitely the suspension of MP lads gives scope. What kind of scope is it giving? Even Nikita Kumari has also joined. I would say hi to Nikita also. And Nikita has also said yes sir, no doubts. Thank you very much. And then I'm concluding this by saying the current suspension gives some scope for reconsideration of the scheme. Gives a scope or some scope for reconsideration of the scheme in its totality. What do you understand by the word reconsideration of the scheme? Yeah, good evening. Hello to Nikita. What do you mean by? Can anyone please let me know that? Because this could be the question in the mains. The same statement could be the question in the mains. The current, that is the the current suspension, that is the MPLAT suspension by the union government on the backdrop of pandemic COVID-19 gives some scope for reconsideration of the scheme in its totality. Discuss could be the question in the mains itself. So what you understand by, only when you understand this reconsideration of the scheme, then only you can write the answer properly. So what do you understand by this word or the phrase reconsideration? Please key in. If you have, what do you say, if you try to, what do you say, know it, if you can understand it, reconsideration. Or else if you just type no, I will continue, I will explain you. Waiting. No sir. Okay, now Nikita says no sir, Madhu says yes sir. Okay, tell me Madhu, what do you mean by yes? You know that reconsideration of the scheme means, just type one word and then let me know so that I'll try to understand. When you say yes, Nikita says no sir, I did not understand. Madhu says yes sir. What did you understand? What do you mean by, just in one or two words, reconsideration of the scheme? That means reforms. That means reforms in the scheme. Please do understand, reforms in the MPLAT scheme, because in future any changes. Yes, absolutely. Malvika says no sir. Okay, fine, no problem. My take. Okay, please. may take place. Okay, fine. That's what changes. What kind of changes? That it is that there is a necessity of reforms to take place in the executing, implementation and monitoring of the MPLAT scheme. Please do understand the reforms itself in the MPLAT scheme, that is in regards to the executing, implementation and monitoring of the MPLAT scheme. So when you have this word reforms in the examination, and you will definitely have this kind of what is the keywords only, then you should not get confused what kind of reforms, all that. We have seen what is a political reaction, we have seen these political reactions. We have seen the separation of power here, weak monitoring the key force, accountability of regime with what the Supreme Court says, and few of them have said that non-discriminatory manner. And then the criticism which says that the CAG was saying financial mismanagement and also inflation of the amount. And second, administrative reforms commission has said that they wanted to abrogate because there is a problem, there is a gap between the legislator and then the executive. So all this you could put it part of the reforms, and then you will write a what is a very impressive answer. So that is what is the benefit when you go ahead with the analysis, in-depth analysis of the Hindu editorials and articles. I think everyone have understood it very what do you say better. So I will take we have just 10 minutes of time, but still I will take a topic. I will take a topic which talks about decentralization. Again, the topic what we have discussed in regards to the separation of powers. So as you have said that probably the state, this what do you say, center is dominating on the states. So we will look at all that, but I will just focus on one point, not the entire article. But if I go ahead with the total, it will definitely take more of time. The concern is that. So do you want me to take up tomorrow? I will take up at length, because if I take up now, it would be just what you say, cutting off, or in a shortcut method I should take. But I never wish to go ahead with any kind of explanation in a shortcut method. Please let me know whether I can take it tomorrow, because I have two topics here which are very good topics in regards to political detention and also in regards to the cooperative federalism. The time is not sufficient now. Would you wish me to take it tomorrow? By your permission, I would let I'm asking everyone, because now if I take it will be as you wish, sir. Nikita Kumari is throwing the ball. What do you say, in my court itself? No, the point is because I cannot go ahead with shortcut explanation. Raviraj has also joined. Raviraj, hi to you, Raviraj. Hi to you, Raviraj. Karthikeyan says, sure, sir, we can discuss those topics clearly tomorrow. Yes, that is what my point is. Take cooperative federalism. So, no, if I take, see, I'll just show you the screens. I'll show you the screen also. This is in regards to the Raviraj. Hi, Raviraj. And I would wish to know, Raviraj, did you give an attempt? You all, Malvika, Sajivan, Kartikeya, have you all, Kunal, have you all given an attempt, or this prelims 2020 is your first attempt? Please key in whether you have given an attempt, yes or no. I mean, prelims 2020 is the first attempt or no. See, I mean, you can see it. First time, sir. Okay, Raviraj says first time, sir. Okay, I would wish everyone to key in, please. So that my why I'm saying is why I'm asking is that I can put forth my explanation in that fashion. Madhu says tomorrow we may get new topics. 100% we'll get new topics. But I'll try to take the maximum, what do you say, which will be useful for prelims. Malvika first time. Okay, please key in everyone. Please key in everyone whether it is for the first time. So that as in regards to that, I will go ahead with explanation part. How to go ahead with in-depth. No, sir, I will be attempting. Okay, Karthik said 2021. Okay. The rest, please let me know. And Madhu can just look at this decentralization of power. First, second, states limitation, third, fourth, fifth. You have 5 slides. So 5 slides will definitely, what you say, take a lot of time. Okay, Nikita says 2021, very good. Kunal says 2021, very good. So my the way I am taking the mains come prelims point of view, or wherever necessary, I'm emphasizing on the prelims analytical and then factual based. You will all be benefited by it. You all will be benefited by my lecture, no doubt about it. Okay, sir, your wish. So no, my point is, Madhu, because I never wanted to go ahead with any kind of rush and then just say, oh, I have completed this topic. No, my whatever I take up the class should be an useful session for you all. Ultimate useful session, not only for sake of taking a class I would take. So that is why. Okay, fine. So any query? Yeah. Raviraj says that the decentralization topic I did not while reading. So I need a proper discussion on it. So let's discuss it tomorrow, sir. Very good, Raviraj. I did not understand. Okay, decentralization, or in regards to separation of powers. Yes, very well said. Separation of powers, and also in regards to the how the India, it's a union of state with a strong center. Union of states, but with a strong center. That we would be focusing on it. Cooperative federalism, competitive federalism. Okay, that is not part of it, but cooperative federalism. And just for 1 2 or 3 minutes, please let me know what are your, what do you say, any concerns in the sense how you would actually want the topics to be. Definitely I will go ahead with the topics which are very helpful. In that fashion I will discuss, but anything which can be discussed now for a better understanding between, I mean, me as a faculty and then to the students, anyone can, what do you say, Nikita can talk, Malvika can talk, and Malvika has actually asked me a topic to be taken. I still have it in my mind. I will definitely take up. And one point I would wish to make from my side is from tomorrow the classes of what we have, these editorials and analysis class, which we are daily taking up from 7 to 8, will be from 4 to 5 from tomorrow. There is a change in the time in regards to the editorials, analysis of the editorials and articles. Please do, what do you say, put a reminder that from tomorrow, not only for tomorrow, from tomorrow, the class of the 7 to 8 would be shifted, or it would be preponed to the time that is 4 to 5. 4 to 5 in the evening, and then the 8:30 to 9 o'clock session will be taken up from 5:30 to 6. Please do put a reminder that the 8 to 9 class would be from 4 to 5. Okay, please acknowledge me, yeah, 4 to 5. And then the 8:30 to 9, that is in regards to the analysis, just analysis of the newspaper, not the editorials, will be from 5:30 to 6. And I'm extremely sorry for the shift in the time. I'm extremely sorry, but I thought this time, I mean, the 4 to 5 time and then 5:30 to 6 would be the most appropriate time to you all. To you all. In fact, it will be a little bit burden for me to go ahead with the analysis and of the editorials and articles, but I don't mind. But I would always want my students to be benefited, so that you will have, you can, once you listen to my class 4 to 5 or else 5:30 to 6 o'clock and 5:30 to 6 o'clock, if you have any doubts you can still go ahead with, or if you want to still have a better understanding or second revision, you can still go ahead with reading the editorials and articles, wherein you will have a better understanding about editorials or the whole newspaper, which is more important, sir. Okay. Raviraj is asking whether editorials or the whole newspaper is important. I would say the editorials and articles are important. Editorials and articles are important, but at the same time, if there are any news which are important in regards to the current, then you need to focus. And those things I will definitely take up in the 5:30 to 6 session. Those topics I will take up from the 5:30 to 6 session. So please do not worry about it. If in case I am skipping also due to the time constraint, most of the time I would do not do that. But because of the time constraint, then definitely I will go ahead with pointing in the class that yes, these are the one you need to focus in. Okay, so the time is tomorrow 4 to 5 and the other one is from 5:30 to 6 o'clock. So it's not sharp 6, but it might extend also. Please do take it into consideration. It might extend 4 to 5 and 5:30 to 6. Sometimes or most of the time it will be 6:15 also. Nothing to worry about it, because I will definitely cover. And then I hope everything was, what you say, you all like the way discussions, and then the topic, whatever you have asked, any kinds of doubts and all that, I am ready to answer everything for the benefit of the students. So I thank you everyone that this was an informative and important lesson or the session for you all. And then please go ahead with liking the video, subscribe the video, hit the bell button, and also while you are watching the channel, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, and then please go ahead with subscribing the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, because while you are subscribing, please do use my code, that is SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, wherein you will get 10% discount, and go ahead with subscribing for 24 months, as you would be paying for 24 months the amount which you would be actually paying for 13 months. So you have the offer now, 24 month subscription, you would be getting it for the amount you actually pay for 13 months. So make sure that you subscribe using my code SBT10, Sandeep Bhushan Thummala, wherein you can watch all my special classes and also plus classes on the Unacademy platform. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow at not the same time. See you tomorrow 4 to 5 in the evening.